I see everyone's starting to join. Thank you for joining me tonight on a very impromptu live. I appreciate y'all being here. Hello, hello. How's everyone doing tonight? Been a busy day. As everyone has a busy day, I have a lot of energy going. Thank y'all for being here tonight. So if you've never been on my live, you put the name of the person. Guided by Dot, Dorothy May. Making a note of that, guided by Dot, Dorothy May. Okay, let me finish my explanation. So if you've never been on one of my lives, you just put who you want me to bring forward in the comments. And Leslie Mack, thank you for your reading recently. You're welcome, honey. I so appreciate whenever I have feedback like that. So if you want a reading, you put the name of the person you want read in the comments, and my moderator takes care of that for me. Okay, so right now we're going to try to bring forward. And so when I read, I ask you to validate. So please just say yay or nay when I'm bringing through the evidential information. If it's not your spirit, please feel free to say no, that's not mine, so we can figure out who they belong to. Right now I'm trying to bring through Dorothy May for Guided by Dot. So listen up, Guided by Dot, let's go. Okay, Dorothy May. Okay, so when I'm pulling up Dorothy May, I'm feeling a person who is very spiritual. I was about to say religious, but she stopped me, because when I think of religion, I think of someone who's going to throw their Bible at someone to bring them to Jesus. But Dorothy May was just a lover of people. She could be a little bit harsh around the edges, but she very much loved people, and she was going to tell you the truth. She was going to speak the truth. She was never going to tell you something that wasn't true. Though she tried to speak the truth in love, it was according to how you took it. So Guided by Dot, I don't know if you can confirm any of this information for Dorothy May. Dorothy, I'm also feeling a smoker. Was Dorothy May a smoker? I'm smelling cigarette smoke.
Do you have more?
Okay. I'm feeling someone who...
No smoker.
Not a smoker. Okay. Someone who didn't keep up with the times. Like, I'm feeling an outdated hairstyle. Someone who, like, she was kind of stuck in a decade. You know those people who they have a certain hairstyle, they have a certain mode of wearing the makeup, and they stay in that decade. They don't progress into the next decade. So she's very comfortable in a certain decade in which she presented and how she lived her life. And she did not progress from that. She was very much into her family. She supported her family, and she would have very much mama bear when it came to her family. Like, you could have done anything, and she would have said it behind in closed doors. She would have said, you know what, you should have made a different choice. You should have done things differently. But in public, she was going to have your back always. Has she confirmed or denied?
I haven't seen anything since last.
Can she tell you her occupation?
Can she tell you her occupation?
If you're having this many problems identifying who she is off the information, then she must not be your spirit. So let's just take a step back. And so for people listening, we have someone who is she's on the outside, she's going to protect you and say, yes, this person was always right. But on the inside, she's going to tell you, you should have done this differently. She was a smoker. She was very much... very straightforward in her communication. Even though she was asking about Dorothy May, I'm kind of hearing a G name. Okay, So for people listening, race, Caucasian. Definitely Caucasian. She did not dye her hair. She was someone who let it go gray. Now her name is not Ashley. She was Salt and Pepper because she's older. She lived into her 60s. So this lady lived into her 60s.
Gwen asked. Gwen?
It could be Gwen. Definitely hearing a G
Mike
name.
with color says G. G-I.
I'm hearing a G name. In her 60s, she had salt and pepper hair. She did not.
Ginger?
I'm not feeling ginger. Okay, so let's take a step back. The universe is tired. The universe is not tired. I don't know who said that. The universe is not tired.
Kanye West is ugly.
Kanye West is ugly. Okay, so we're on one of those nights. Okay, so we're going to take a step back. This lady was in her 60s. She has a G name like Gladys. She was very straightforward in her speech. She was someone who, on the outside world, would have gotten your back, but on the inside, she's going to tell you, you know what, you're screwing up. You need to get your stuff together. She was about to say a different name. Has anyone claimed her? She was a smoker. Gloria, red blonde. That
Grandma
could
had a
be.
sister-in-law named Grace. Does the other stuff fit?
Okay, so I'm gonna repeat it all. And when someone steps forward, whenever you're calling someone forward and you're asking me to pull someone up, not every minute detail has to fit. But when I'm pulling someone forward just randomly, it does all have to fit so we can identify it. We're having someone in their 60s. She had salt and pepper hair. She did not dye it. She's letting you know she let the gray take over. She was very much about, in private, telling you how you should live your life, but on the public, she's going to get your defenses. She is, how did you die? I'm feeling stroke. But the stroke didn't take her right away. She kind of lingered for a little while, and then she passed.
Miss Webb says Donna, my Momo, died in her 60s, was a smoker.
Does the rest of it fit, Mrs. Webb? I mean, this lady was a little bit rough around the edges. My mom was 60 pair of gray hair, sister. This lady was definitely a little bit rough around the edges when it came to telling you how it was going to be. I'm hearing a name. No, not Donna, my mom. No, this is definitely a G name, like Gladys, Gloria.
For Emily, my grandmother, Goldie Snow, this fits.
Oh, yes. That's who we got. Who is it?
Emily 1111.
Emily 1111, your grandmother. I think that's who we have here. All right. Okay, so for those of you just joining, how it works is when we have identified your spirit, then we'll bring forward a message. I won't bring forward a message until we have identified who it is. So I think we have Emily here with her grandmother. What do we have going on? Okay, so Emily, your grandmother is talking about how you have really been going through a tough time, and I know a lot of you can relate to this, but a financially tough time, and how you're just, it's like every time you feel like you're a little bit ahead, then something comes in and the money goes back out. You feel like you're a little bit ahead and the money goes out. And like you're barely keeping your head above water. She's very much talking about to not give up, to keep going. And she sends you doves, but not in a dove outside the window kind of way, to identify her by a dove like when you sign on Facebook and a meme comes up, or a dove on the front of a book, or a dove on a postcard. So think of the sign from her in a different kind of way. she sends you these doves outside of your normal, flying outside your window. She is talking about that you're stronger than your circumstances, she's saying. So make sure you are like taking a deep breath and not reacting to the things coming at you. You're making a plan and you're moving forward. This lady, oh my goodness, has such love for you and has such,
Oh
I'm
my
going to
gosh, I'm
say,
crying. This hit so hard and accurately.
she's very much talking about how you're stronger than you think. And I know, I mean, I get it. I get sick of people telling me that. You're so strong. And you just get tired of that because you kind of want to, you get tired of being strong. But your grandmother is saying you are absolutely living your story to perfection. So make sure you're stepping into that. You're embracing the strength from the other side. And she's saying, make one right choice after the other. Make one right choice after the other. And I say that knowing that I understand when you're in financial distress, how hard it is to, you feel like, oh my goodness, you feel so blessed because you have extra money coming your way, then all of a sudden you have an extra car bill or an extra daycare bill or an extra something coming at you that you weren't expecting. I completely get it. In 3 months, things are going to turn around for you. You're going to start feeling a little bit more positivity coming your way.
Thank you so much. I'm grateful for you.
So don't give up. 3 months, know that you are going to have more positivity coming your way. And yeah, don't give up, honey. I know it's tough. I've been there. I know how hard it is, especially nothing can hit you worse. Well, there are things that can hit you worse than finances, but finances are right there. Don't give up. Know that positivity is coming your way, and I'm seeing the number 3, and I'm feeling like it's 3 months. All right. Thank you so much for letting me read your grandmother, Miss Emily. I appreciate you. Yeah. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Okay. I'm looking at my moderator, but I have a spirit here hot on my heels, so let's bring them forward. I know he likes it when I do this. Not. He really doesn't. I'm hearing a CH. It's a male spirit we have coming forward here. It has a CH name like Chaz, Charlie. I was about to say Chat, and he stopped me. So I'm thinking not Chat. This CH name, it's a male. And he died in an accident. It was very sudden, and he died in an accident. A Caucasian. Okay, so we have a Caucasian here who died in an accident. He had a CH name like Chaz, Charlie, Chris, something like that. And it was a weird accident. It wasn't just your normal car accident. It was something kind of out of the norm that you would expect. I'm seeing 30s, so he died somewhere. Or it could be Chucky. It could be Charlie. So think about, no, it was not anything from like a disease like cancer. It was an accident. It was something like a car accident. But I'm feeling more something odd.
My stepdad is called Chris, and he died in an kind of accident, and he's white. He's 31.
He was, I could take that, definitely in his 30s.
English trumpet. English crumpet.
English crumpet?
Correct.
Okay, let me get a little bit more information so we can make sure
Kind of accident. A kind of accident.
Okay.
What that was,
Let's take a step back here so we can make sure that we have the right person. This guy's in his 30s. He died in an accident. So when spirits die, or spirits have to pull on information in my head, this is not something I have a reference to.
You don't know if it was an accident or intentional.
This guy had dark hair, Caucasian with dark hair, brilliant smile, a CH name like Chuck, Charlie, Chris, something like that. I'm seeing CH.
Yes, brown hair.
Okay, who is this?
English
Crumpet. Okay. Okay,
She keeps confirming everything.
Okay, Miss English Crumpet. It seems like we're with you because you have confirmed everything I've said.
Megan.
Megan. Thank you, Miss Megan. And it was Chris?
Chris. Don't know relationship.
You know, English Crumpet, there seems to be, I'm hearing weird circumstances around his passing. Like there's something secretive about it. I don't know if you can confirm that. As you're confirming it, I'm saying, okay, give us something that is more mainstream that we can bring forward.
Yes.
One of those times I wish I was in a one-on-one reading with you because we'd get to the bottom of this. I'm feeling something that I'd really like to delve into, but we can't because we're on this live, so we're going to let it go.
We didn't know what was going to happen, and it was kind of a shock.
And just, like something out of the ordinary here. Okay, but we're going to delve into his message to you and what we can confirm right away. He is talking about just how proud he is of you, that you have succeeded against all circumstances. And that tells me that you had things kind of piled against you and you just kept struggling through them till you got to the other side. And you are extremely self-critical, and I know that's hard to take sometimes, but it's just one of the times wherever you expect more out of yourself than people around you do. Like no matter what you do, it's never good enough for you in your own eyes. Other people think you're doing great. They think you're a wonderful person, but you are very self-judgmental. And he is saying that you have a beautiful heart. You need to own that.
I'm the worst critic.
Yes, honey, you are. You hold space for people. When you hold space for people, that is what we call a light worker. And when you hold space for people, you will notice people giving you, like pouring out their life story to you. You're like, I barely know you. But because you create a safe place for other people to be their authentic selves, and they're going to be their authentic selves and just start pouring themselves out to you. So you need to stop being so self-critical and honoring what you bring to this earth. You're a beautiful soul who holds space for people. Just being around you raises their vibration. And people know that. That's the reason they congregate around you. And he's very much talking about honor that in yourself. Honor what you bring to this earth. You hold a beautiful spot for people to be their authentic selves, and you need to hold that spot for yourself.
Thank you. He would say this a lot.
Aw, thank you. I appreciate you validating that, and I so appreciate that that's something he would say on the earth realm, because those are very loving, high vibrational words that a lot of people on the earth realm don't necessarily say. So I really appreciate that he said those things to you. There is something odd about his passing, and I'm not quite sure what it is. I'm hearing like safety. Was there safety issues in his passing? There's something different in the way he passed. Okay, we're going to let that go because you're not in front of me, but if you were, we'd still be getting to the bottom of this.
She said yes.
Thank you for confirming that.
We tried to keep him safe.
Thank you so much for confirming all of the information. You did a really good job. And thank you. Thank you for what you bring to this earth and the change you're making. Honey, you need to honor yourself. Okay, so who else we got?
Jacqueline Campbell is looking for her mother, Amanda.
Oh, Jacqueline Campbell. Mother Amanda. Okay, so the person I have stepping up here, so listen, Jackie, if it's not you, please feel free to say it's not you, and we'll find who it is. when I asked for Mother Amanda, I'm feeling someone who is very well put together. She is stepping forward with a lot of class, a lot of grace. She's just someone who always knew what to say in any kind of environment. Something about her hair is very well put together. I'm feeling like some teasing going on and hairspray, and like I need to sit straight. I need to say the right words. I need to articulate. But in the same regard, there's a lot of kindness in her. And I'm not saying she did these things out of hoidiness or out of disdain for other people. No, this lady had a beautiful heart. She just held a lot of space for people. She always knew what to say to make them feel better. She always knew what they needed to hear. In my realm, I would call it intuitiveness, but because she did not embrace those kind of words, she just would say that she always knew what to say. She knew the proper way to behave in any societal situation. So if this fits you, please say yay. If it doesn't, do not be afraid to say nay, and we'll find who this beautiful spirit belongs to. So Jackie, does this fit your Mother Amanda? As she said? I haven't seen. Yay. I hear a yay.
Yeah, that wasn't. I don't want to talk about it. That's who said yay. Jacqueline Campbell sort of explained her senior pick. She had a shortcut after that, though.
Sort of explained her senior pick. Okay. I'm not quite sure what that response was. So Jackie Campbell, your Mother Amanda, if that fits, we'll continue on. Okay, so Miss Jackie, have you been going through I'm feeling a job turmoil, like a job upheaval, and not that you've lost your job, there's just some transition going in your job. And this lady is talking about very much staying on target, keeping your eye on the goal, and just doing what you need to do, and you will be fine. There is going to be another opportunity coming your way, so you need to make sure you keep an eye on that. And when Spirit comes through and says keep an eye out for an opportunity, they're going to be laying Jacqueline Campbell, yes. There's going to be synchronicities laid your way. And when you're talking about synchronicities, it's when Spirit can drop things in your way, and it can be a friend saying, you know what, did you hear about this job opportunity here? Or it can be something coming on through on LinkedIn. Spirit is going to use any way they can to get their message through to you. So just make sure you keep an eye out on that. Yeah. I was tapping to make sure I had that right. And the job that you're in is not bad. It's just not extremely fitting for you. And she's trying to bring some positivity your way. So make sure you keep an eye out for those synchronicities and looking for things coming your way. And that can be said for anyone on here. Spirit kind of gets your attention through synchronicities. And if you're asking them a question, look for the answer. I just had this discussion with my daughter the other day. If you ask Spirit a question, you need to then stop and listen for the answer. And if you don't hear it, if you don't feel it, then be looking for the synchronicities around you. Is someone talking about something related to this situation? Are you getting a meme? Is something popping on your screen when you get on your Facebook page or on another social media? So make sure you're looking for the synchronicities from the other side. If you ask a question, they will answer you. I promise you. I promise you they will.
I do that daily. I always hear her.
I'm so happy to hear you say that. That makes me happy. So many times people will talk to their spirits and they just talk and don't listen for the answer. And when you listen for the answer, oh my goodness. Makes them happy. Makes me happy too. Yes, it's fun to come to a medium and get confirmation. Today, I don't even know how many readings I had, but so many times I heard people say, oh, I knew that. I knew that. A lot of times we know the answer from our spirits. It's fun to get the validation. It's when you start trusting yourself that you can start moving forward knowing you have the right information. Trust yourself. Okay, do we have someone else?
Cindy. Cindy from PA. Looking for her mother, Beth. She's actually C. Hyatt, 1121.
Okay, Cindy PA looking for her mom, Beth. Okay, the second I ask for Cindy PA and I say Mom Beth, I'm getting someone who was very busy. I'm just feeling go, go, go. She worked outside the home. She worked in the home. I would not be surprised if she was a single mom. If she wasn't a single mom, she was one of those married single moms. Someone who did everything. This lady is what I call a force of nature. She just Energizer Bunny. Just kept going, kept going, kept going.
She was a single mom.
Okay, very good. Thank you. This lady's energy, oh my goodness, if I could just bottle some of that and use it myself, I'd be so happy. And she is talking about that she would go to bed at night. She had a beautiful energy of being able to go to bed at night and knowing she might have made mistakes, but not beating herself up over it. And Cindy, she's very much talking about the energy being kind of sent to you and that you beat yourself up. And let me tell you, no judgment. I do the same thing. But you beat yourself up over some mistakes you might have made, something you did during the day. I can feel you laying down at night and just really kind of beating yourself up over that. Thank you for the gifts. I appreciate that. And you are a good human. Your mom is very much saying you are a beautiful human. You just expect way too much out of yourself. Hello, hello. And so many people love you. Like, you are a good friend. You are just a good employee. You're a good person.
Thank you.
And don't expect perfection. If you expect perfection out of yourself, you're going to be disappointed. And she's saying you offer more grace to your friends and you offer more grace to those around you than you do to yourself. I do a lot of life coaching, and I see this a lot where we offer grace and love and forgiveness to those around us, but we don't offer it to ourselves. And your mom is very much saying, look at yourself in the light that you would look at those around you. And you're going to come out way ahead. She's showing me you're getting in a car. You must have a routine when you get in the car, Cindy, where you, you sit down, do your seatbelt.
You're such a blessing. Thank you, God bless.
You adjust the rearview mirror, put your shades on, and you're like, I'm ready to go. And the reason they give me such precise information is because when Spirit says, oh, I'm around them, I won't take that. I will not take a spirit just saying they're around you. They have to prove it to me. They have to tell me something I don't know. So, Miss Cindy, your mom chose to show me you getting yourself settled in the car so that she's around you. And so that you know she's around you. And, oh my goodness, Robin, is that snow? I mean, sleet or snow here. And your mom, Cindy, is saying, whew, she mustn't like the cold. So, when you get in the car, that's just a way of her showing that she's around you and that she is, it's like you have to brace yourself almost when you get going. She's talking about how proud she is of you for being the strong person that you are. And that you make the choice every day to put one foot in front of the other. So, Miss Cindy, honor what you're bringing to this earth. Know that your mom is around you. She's also saying, slow down. So is when she's talking about you in the car, she's saying she needs to slow down. So make sure you're slowing down. Stopping to smell the roses is what I hear.
always hear Christian songs on the radio that we used to listen to. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, Miss Cindy, for letting me read your mom. Thank you, thank you. Okay, so I'm gonna go. I'm hearing I have someone stepping forward. I'm feeling a grandpa energy. He was a farmer. He didn't just farm crops, he also had livestock, and I'm seeing pigs. He came from someone close around me. I live in Nebraska. He came here from the Midwest. He's in the Midwest somewhere. He came from a small town. Everyone knew this guy's name. Like, he's showing me walking down the street saying hi to people. Hi, hi, hi. He's Caucasian. Catholic. Okay, so let's see if we can figure out who this guy is. I'm feeling definite grandpa energy. He was a farmer. He didn't just farm crops, he had livestock, specifically pigs. He was from the Midwest, a small town. He was Catholic.
Mrs. Doyle 2020 says her grandpa, maybe dairy cows.
Not dairy cows. This is definitely pigs. He's showing me definite pigs. Okay, let me see if I can get a name from him. I'm feeling an M name, which is weird because I don't hear a lot of M names around here. Not Michael. Melvin, Marvin, something like that.
Gwen Gomez says Merlin.
Mervin. It could be.
That was a different person.
Not Mark. It's not something normal. It's not that your grandpa had a weird name, but I'm feeling something different that was like Melvin. I guess we could say Marvin.
Or Mervin.
Okay. We're going to break this down again. I didn't realize that it was so many. No, last names. You're asking too much. Okay.
Marcus?
It could be Marcus. Let's break this down.
Marcus had hogs.
Marcus had hogs. We're getting somewhere because I'm seeing definite pigs. Like I said, we have a grandpa. He was a farmer. He definitely farmed land, but he also had pigs. Pigs was a big thing in his life. He was from the Midwest, small town, Caucasian. He was Catholic.
Gwen says they had a dairy farm with lots of pigs.
Oh, there we go. Who was that?
Gwen Gomez.
Gwen. Okay. Gwen had hog. Okay.
My great grandpa had land and hogs. That's Desiree Lynn again.
Okay, so have we gotten someone who has gotten all of this? The grandpa, pigs, Midwest, small town, Caucasian, Merlin. I could get Merlin. Oh, I love that name, Merlin. Wouldn't you know? Grandpa, livestock.
Grandpa farmer lived, stock pigs, Midwest, small town, Caucasian, Catholic, M&A. Oh, that's Love Infinity recapping.
Okay. Give me something definitive. Okay, when I say give me something definitive, because we have a lot of people trying to grab this guy on top of all this information I've given, the grandpa, farmer, pigs, Midwest, small town, Caucasian, Catholic, M name, like Merlin, Marlin, something like that. He also had a truck that he loved, and this truck was old school. Like, he's showing me cranking the window down. And this guy had, one of his arms was more tan than the other from it hanging out the window. And he just loved, like, the wind blowing in at him. He didn't have an air conditioner. Yes, the readings are spirit-led. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Oh, there we go, Gwen. Merlin was also black and white Ford. I think we are with Gwen Gomez.
So we're back to Merlin.
love that name, just so y'all know. Love that name. Gwen Gomez. Okay.
He gave it to my dad.
Ah, yes, I knew it was something about that truck because I was like, okay, dude, there's a lot of people claiming you. Give me something definitive, and he gave me this truck. Okay, so also as I'm drinking my tea, he's teasing me because I have been drinking out of my cup I got from Ireland, and he's very much like, where's your Ireland cup? So this guy has been with me for a while.
Apparently now her brother has it. The truck's been around for a minute.
I love that. That truck has so much history and energy. Okay, what you got for me, Grandpa? Okay, so we have Gwen as her name, right?
Correct.
Okay, Miss Gwen.
She's Dutch.
Have you been going through some relationship issues? And I'm not saying a relationship issues doesn't mean that relationship has broken up. It means that you're kind of going through some issues, the struggles of when you mesh a relationship together, how it can be difficult. Your grandpa is saying that you're definitely with the right person. It's just working through these issues. And he is... Yes, I have. I'm not Gwen. What does that mean?
That's Desiree still looks like trying to claim.
Okay. Okay. So this guy's talking about the relationship issues are workable. So I know sometimes Spirit will come through and they'll say, yeah, you know, you need to move on. This person is just really being a narcissist, just really... This guy is saying, no, the relationship issues are workable. And it's just one of those growing pains where you're both working, you're both busy, you're both tired, and you're just not seeing eye to eye. So just know that your issues are workable and continue on that path. Continue on the path of just your end goal in sight. I know there have been a lot of times, I mean, I know that y'all see me on here as being, oh yes, here's my moderator. You know, we've been married for a long time. But I do understand the issues of working through marriages that are long term.
Gwen said yes, and she understands what you're saying.
And I have spirits all the time step forward and say, no, this is not a healthy relationship. And he's not saying that at all. He's just saying that it's just life getting in your way. It's just the busyness of life. It's just the, it's tough.
Thank you.
When you have the pull, your partner absolutely loves you. And sometimes I think you wonder that because their attention is diverted. And yes,
Sure is.
I get that. I was married to a military person who was gone all the time, and I had to be home holding down the front. They came home, and all I got was the stress of their work. I never got the validation that I wanted. It doesn't mean you're not loved. It just means that you're battling the stresses of life. So make sure you're keeping an eye on the goal, because you're on the right path. The person you're with does absolutely love you. Your grandpa is talking about, which I'm surprised because the gentleman from his generation doesn't usually come through with this kind of information. Usually it's the moms and the grandmothers who come through with information about life, which tells me that he had a hard time expressing his emotions, and your partner also has a hard time expressing their emotions. So I will leave you with that. Know that your partner does love you. Y'all are just going through a tough time in the relationship where you are just being very much pulled in different directions. And sometimes, unfortunately, that's the way life works. It can be very, very tough. Grandpa is saying he's very proud of you. He's very proud of the choices you're making. And he's very proud of the integrity in which you're living. All right. Thank you very much for claiming him, and you did a great job. Okay, who do we have next?
I think it's Rowan.
Who?
Rowan. Grandma May. And Rowan is from the UK.
Ronan?
Rowan.
Rowan.
R-O-A-N.
R-O-A-N.
Grandma May.
Grandma May.
And Rowan is from the UK.
Okay, Miss Rowan.
Mr.
Okay.
I think it's a male.
Okay, Rowan. Grandma May. Okay, so this lady stepping up to me is completely teasing me about me struggling with these names. And kind of calling me on the carpet a little bit about, she's like, American much? This lady is a salt of the earth person. She is very much someone who is connected to Mother Earth. She was someone who didn't have a lot when it came to money, but she was comfortable, if that makes sense. I don't know why she's showing me, I was making sure it wasn't in my head, because she's showing me like just this beautiful country land with rock walls, and
Rowan says yes.
I love this lady. This lady was
100%.
extremely spiritual, and I'm not saying religious. This lady was spiritual. Anything could be solved over a pot of tea, I'm hearing. She was someone who got up every morning, like she had a very methodical routine. She got up and did the same thing every single morning. Dun, 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 dun. I'm just seeing that no matter what day of the week it was, I just had this routine I had to walk through. At 6 o'clock, I'm doing this. At 7 o'clock, I'm doing this. All about community. This lady was very much about community, love of her people around her. If she had $1 and you needed $1, this was yours. This lady was beautiful. She is very much talking about, Rowan, that to get back to your roots. And so when I'm talking to us, like, what do you mean back to your roots? She's making me instantly, she grounded me. So I don't know how spiritual you are, Rowan, and how much you are into spiritual techniques, if you know what grounding means. But very much, if you don't know what grounding means, go to YouTube it. There's some great, like, 10-minute videos on grounding. You are very open, she's saying, to the spiritual world. So a lot of people think it's great to be open to the spiritual world, which it is. I mean, I'm in the spirit world every day. It's wonderful. I'm completely blessed by it. But if you're very open to the spirit world, you also need to make sure you ground to earth. It's only in grounding to earth that you can feel that you are a part of earth and that you can really expand your gifts.
Yep, 100%.
Rowan, you are very intuitive. You are claircognizant, which claircognizant means you just know. It's connected to your crown chakra. When your crown chakra is open, if you're not grounded, you can feel lightheaded, you can get headaches, you can just not make great life choices, which I don't think that's your problem. I think it's more of just being kind of lightheaded and kind of airy. Make sure you're grounded. Make sure you're connecting to Mother Earth. A lot of times, like today, I had back-to-back appointments. I was in 6 appointments. I made sure between each appointment, I did something grounding. Did a yoga pose. I went outside and stepped outside in the grass. You're going to make sure you're connected.
There's been a couple of spiritual experiences since she passed that are pretty wild.
Because you're very open. I do have, if you're interested, Rowan, I am teaching a class coming up April 20th, and it's Intro to Mediumship. I have 2 spots left in this class because I'm keeping it pretty small so I can make sure I have one-on-one with everyone. And so if you're interested, there it is. It's on my website. Your grandmother is like, yes, yes. whether you decide to take that class or not, just know that you are open to the spiritual realm. Trust what you're getting and make sure you ground. You are very led through your claircognizant. Thank you for the gifts, which is your crown chakra, and you are very clairsentient, which is like your gut instinct. She said also don't forget your roots. So make sure you're giving homage to your homeland. All right. Thank you, Grandma. Thank you, Rowan. Thank you, thank you. For anyone who is interested in that, now that I brought it up, I am offering an Intro to Mediumship class. It starts April 20th. It's held via Zoom. And if you're not there, I will record it. But there's only 2 slots left. So thank y'all. Who else we got?
Vanessa Rosa. Her dad, Robert.
Vanessa Rosa.
Vanessa Rosa. She had a number at the end, but I didn't catch.
Right. No, that doesn't matter. Dad, Robert.
Correct.
All right. Okay, so we have a Vanessa Rosa. Her dad, Robert. Let's see what we're getting when we call him Robert. Okay, so for those of you just joining, I'm about to bring up Robert for Vanessa Rosa. But I do ask, when I'm bringing up your person, if it's not your person, please feel free to say no. We'll just figure out who they belong to. And don't try to make the information fit. Thank you for the hearts. Okay, so Robert is very much presenting with a drink in hand. So Mr. Robert would have been someone who liked to have a drink every now and then, but he's also he's smiling, so he's not he wasn't someone who got mean when he drank. He also worked with his hands. He showed me his hands. They are kind of calloused. He was a fixer, he's saying. I'm feeling he was not he's stopping me. Because I was about to say, I'm feeling he's not completely American, and he stopped me.
He worked in manufacturing.
Okay. Because he's very much American, but I'm feeling like he still paid homage to his homeland. But when I started to say it, he kind of stopped me. So that tells me that he was very much appreciative of the opportunities this country. I get you, Mr. Robert. He very much was appreciative of the opportunities that this country offered him, but he still paid homage to his homeland when it came to, I'm feeling, religion and food and those types of things. This man could fix anything. Like, he's a type who, if he couldn't fix it, he was going to figure it out. He was not going to be put in his place by any kind of piece of equipment. How do you get a reading? You just put who you want read in the comments, and then...
He was religious.
He was very religious when it came to... he was the kind of religious I liked. Okay, we'll get to that in a moment. So, if you want a reading, who you want read, put in the comments. Leave it to my moderator to choose. If you want a one-on-one, Christy Godwin, Psychic Medium, a calendar opens up to you and you're automatically sent a Zoom link. Okay, when it comes to religiousness, he was, oh my goodness, very religious, but he very much embraced the love of Christ, is what I'm hearing. He wasn't someone who threw a Bible at people to get them persuaded. He lived and breathed what he felt like was the love of Christ, which was very good. You do the same thing. He's very much telling me, Virginia, that you, Vanessa, that you do this.
Sounds like him. Sounds like him.
You love people, and you are very good, Vanessa, at accepting people for who they are. And good on you. Your dad is saying you're also very good at putting up boundaries. And I was about to, and that's where that came from, because I was like, what? She's good at loving people. So many times I hear when people are good at loving people, you're also let people walk on you. Good on you, Vanessa. Your dad is saying that you are excellent at loving people, but it's putting up boundaries and knowing when enough is enough. So proud of you for that. So many people, I do life coaching, and it's very hard for people sometimes to put up boundaries.
I went to school for psych.
Oh, she went to school for psych?
She's going to school for psych.
You're very good at that. Very good at that. Great choice for you. So happy for that. Your dad is also very proud of you for that. You are that brilliant mesh of someone who is empathetic, but also I'm empathetic. I understand where you're coming from, but you also need to own your stuff. Good on you, Vanessa. I'm so proud of you. Your dad's so proud of you. I was like, oh my goodness, I'm so proud of this girl. And your dad's like, I was proud of her first. Yes, your dad was proud of you first, so there you go. He also sends you messages through your car radio. I don't know if you have noticed your car stereo, like every time you get in it, a song will come on reminding you of your dad, or it will switch songs. He very much sends you messages through your car radio, so make sure you pay attention to that. And so when you hear that song on there, that reminds you of your dad. That is your dad. Thank you, Vanessa. Thank you so much for allowing me to read your dad. And congratulations, you are going to make a phenomenal counselor. I'm proud of you. Thank you.
See Carmel. Grandpa Patrick.
Carmel.
Didn't catch the name.
Carmel. Grandpa Patrick.
See Carmel.
Okay. Sorry, we have allergies in our area. Okay. So this Grandpa Patrick could be a little bit hardcore. I don't think you got that side of him. I'm feeling as a grandpa, he was very loving, but as a father, as someone in the community, he could be a little bit hardcore. And I feel people kind of like my kids tease me because I'm so liberal with my grandbabies, but with my kids, I was a little bit more strict. And that's what he's very much making me feel. He was someone who, he's showing me sitting at a kitchen table and drinking coffee, which is odd because I see a lot of grandpas taking their coffee to the kitchen, but he's not, to the living room and sitting in their recliner, but he's not doing that. This grandpa is very much talking about sitting at the kitchen table. He's also talking about biscuits and gravy. I don't know if that means something to you. If you remember your grandpa eating biscuits and gravy. But as you're listening, please confirm or deny. Don't be afraid to say, no, this isn't my grandpa. We'll find out who he belongs to. You love my accent. It's a mix of Louisiana, which is where I was born and raised. Did she say no?
I haven't seen C. Carmel, and I don't know if it's a he or she. So.
Okay, C. Carmel, are you on here? Okay, C. Carmel, I'm about to let your grandpa go if you don't come up and confirm or deny soon. And it's just so we can move on and keep the live going. I haven't seen her lately. Has anyone else seen her lately? Has anyone seen Carmel? Mm-mm. Move on. Okay, wait. He was about to tell me someone, but we have a gentleman stepping up. Doesn't everyone love it when that happens? Okay. I feel a young man stepping up. He passed in his 20s. Someone continues to light them. His family is Catholic because I see someone lighting candles for him. This young man passed in kind of violent circumstances. I'm hearing wrong place, wrong time. And he himself was not himself someone who was chose bad circumstances. I'm hearing wrong place, wrong time. Okay, so we have someone in their 20s. Someone, he must be, his family was Catholic. Someone's currently praying and lighting candles for him. Violent passing, wrong place, wrong time. He himself was Caucasian. I'm feeling Italian.
How old?
In his 20s.
Alyssa, my fiance, was 29, passed in a motorcycle accident. He was drinking.
No.
He was Catholic. Now wears cross.
I was trying to get a name. Sorry. That was the silence you hear. Listen to me trying to get a name from him. Why am I not hearing a name? I'm hearing a J name. There we go. Jason, Justin, Jeremy. It was a J name. No, not Hispanic, Caucasian. Okay, there we go. I feel better. 20s, J name. Dark hair, like Italian type. Someone is currently Catholic family. Someone is currently lighting candles for him. Died. I'm hearing wrong place, wrong time.
Self-inflicted?
Nope, not self-inflicted. He's not taking responsibility for it at all. It was someone completely on someone else. Jordan, Jehovah's Witness, J name, Hispanic, 20s, Italian, Catholic family.
Let's recap.
Oh. I'm feeling Caucasian though. I think it's for me. Life with color. So life with color, can you take all this? Has life with color come back up? Yes. You can take it all. Okay. So who was he to you? His anniversary just passed. Yeah, someone has recently just been praying for this guy, and that's what he's talking about. That someone recently has been praying for his soul, I hear. But he says, let them know I'm fine. I'm fine. I passed.
Family and friends.
This guy, like, it was so sudden. It was so...
His family is Jehovah's Witness.
Okay. It was so sudden, and people just are so concerned about him and the way that he passed that they're concerned about his soul making it to the other side. But his soul made it perfectly to the other side. And he's like, tell them I can hear their prayers. I can see their prayers. It was not a motorcycle accident.
She says a motorcycle accident. That's why I rejected her.
Yeah, wasn't a motorcycle accident. This guy was
Can we go back to Alyssa Senecal?
wrong place, wrong time is what I'm hearing. Not Junior. Jordan, Jeremy, Jeremiah, something like that.
So it still could be Alyssa.
Give me something else, dude.
I'm waiting to hear from back from her.
Okay, so we have this 20s guy, dark hair. He's Caucasian, so it could be like Italian, something like that. Jason, something like that. Jeremy, Jason, Jeremiah.
Mine was a motorcycle as well. No.
Who is this? I don't want.
I don't want to talk about it. Jason.
It could very much be. I'm just hearing wrong place, wrong time. I'm seeing an industrial area. This guy is very much wanting you to know that he is okay, that his soul made it to the other side fine. So this is a very religious family that he comes from, to the point where they are concerned because the way he passed was very suddenly. There was no last rites given. It was just like boom. And he wants everyone to know that his soul made it to the other side fine. He's like, I'm residing with Christ. That's beautiful. Someone has been lighting candles for him, and there is a memorial of flowers still out for him somewhere. Probably fake flowers, since he showed me they're still out. Still a memorial, flowers out. And I just see people like, how did that happen? How did that happen? So he was definitely in the wrong place at the wrong time. Okay, who we got?
Earlier there was, remember, Guided by Dot? Looking for Dorothy May. I think it was your grandmother.
Is she still on here? Okay, Guided by Dot. Let's see if we can figure out Dorothy May. I was looking here to see if I still had her. Okay, Guided by Dot, Dorothy May. When I call up Dorothy May, I'm feeling someone who had darker hair in her younger years, but she definitely let it go gray. She did not continue dyeing it. She said it was too much upkeep. She liked her lipstick. I don't know that she wore a lot of other makeup, but she definitely wore lipstick. Matter of fact, she's telling me I need some. Let me just put that on. Wow, this grandmother's telling me I need lipstick. Are you happy, Grandma? She says she is, except it needs to be a little bit more red and not quite so bricky. She liked to smell good. She liked to, I'm not sure if it's powder or cologne, but she liked to smell good. She liked to be fresh smelling. She also liked, can you see that hat? That's cool. Okay, so is Dorothy May on here? Has she confirmed any of that?
She's definitely on. And she has not confirmed anything.
Okay, Miss Dorothy May, please confirm or
yes,
tonight.
baby powder.
Baby powder. Mm-hmm. And she liked the lipstick. She just made me put lipstick on, so I wouldn't have done that for anyone else. She's laughing. She's talking about, yeah, she would have. She's right. I would listen to any spirit. Pretty much they boss me and I'd listen to them. Okay. She is talking.
The lipstick part doesn't go.
Did she like chapstick or something? She definitely told me I needed something on my lips. She's also making me feel like I need to sit at a table. Thank y'all for the gifts. That's so cute. And chapstick. Okay. I was gonna say I don't have any chapstick around here. That's probably why she made me go to the lipstick, because I don't have any chapstick in my office. Just lipstick. Because she definitely always had to have something on her lips. Always had to have them moisturized. Do you have something with her handwriting on it? She's very much making me want to write something. Like you have something with her handwriting on it. She's also telling me that you would be very good at automatic writing and that you need to...
As she was dying, we put chapstick on her.
Ah, that's beautiful.
And yes, she does have something written.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Oh, thank you for the gifts. Thank you so much for confirming all that information. I appreciate it. It just keeps the energetic vibration going. She's talking about that thank you for the gifts, that you are a good writer. And when people are good writers, they're usually also good automatic writers, which means that if you want to connect to spirit, you sit down and like right now, I'm going to use this as an example. I'm like, okay, Grandma, what should I write? And so as I'm typing into Grandma, I'm hearing clean clouds and joy.
I am gifted, but I can't connect to her for some reason.
You can. You just doubt yourself, honey. You absolutely can. You absolutely can. You just doubt yourself. You get information from her all the time. Like, she's very much showing me how that you just need to quiet your mind and trust what you're getting. You connect to her frequently. You are just doubting the information that you get. And as a medium, I will tell you that is the hardest thing, is trusting yourself, trusting the information you're getting. What's this piece of hair doing? Because it's really bothering me. And I feel you saying, oh, is that grandma? And then you kind of back off from it. You are gifted.
I've been waiting for a visitation from her.
You know, sometimes when you want something so badly, like the stress of it, the want of it gets in your way. That's what your grandma is talking about. So sit in meditation. And when I say meditation, it does not have to be, just kind of sit quietly. Like I just did. I picked up the piece of paper. I was like, okay, Grandma, give me something. Sit down. Grab a piece of paper and a pen and say, Grandma, give me something. Trust what you're getting. You are very gifted. You are very able to connect, and she connects to you all the time. You just don't trust it. So, honey, you have to trust what you're getting. You are absolutely connecting. You are absolutely gifted. You just don't trust it because you want it to be your grandmother so badly. You are.
Is she ever with me?
She's with you all the time. She is with you all the time. As y'all know, if you've watched me read for a while, I don't ever let spirits just say, oh yes, I'm with them. I was like, prove it. So when I said prove it, she shows me you've recently, I'm feeling a rush, like you dropped something on the floor, and I'm feeling stress and you know when you're headed out the door, you're in a rush, you have to be somewhere, and you drop something on the floor and you have to clean it up, and you're like completely cussing yourself out because you're like, oh my God, I'm in a rush, but I have to clean this up, and she showed me that happening to you. So the reason she's showing that to me is not out of judgment, but that she was around you. She saw what you were doing. She's with you all the time. She's directing your path. You're very clear cognizant and you're very clear sentience. So you feel things. Oh, thank y'all for the gifts. You're very clear sentient. So you feel things. Honor what you're feeling and trust it. All right. Thank you, Grandma. Thank you, honey, for confirming all that. You did a really good job. And trust yourself. You are gifted.
I'm always in a rush. Don't recall dropping anything.
Mm-hmm. You have something else for me?
Did you want to try and connect with some of those other folks that we thought we were trying to connect to? I don't want to talk about it. Still looking for Jason.
I thought we'd already connected to him.
It turned out to be somebody else.
Okay, so who we got?
I don't want to talk about it.
I don't want to talk about it.
Looking for Jason.
Do we know anything about him?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I don't want to talk about it. Is looking for Jason?
Jasean.
Okay, Jason.
That's what I would say.
I don't want to talk about it. Jason. Are you still here? I don't want to talk about it. Let's see if we can connect to Jason. Okay. So I was calling it Jason. Very good. Very good.
Marissa.
So Miss Marissa, when I was talking about Jason, I see someone coming up like, yes. So this guy would have thought he was, I said he would have thought he was very good looking. And he interrupted me and said, thought I was. So there's some debate we're having on in my office over whether he was good looking or not. He's saying he very much was. I'm saying there's some debate about it. So, you know.
He definitely did.
He definitely thought he was very good looking. Very, I was about to say arrogant, and he stopped me like, he was not. This guy had a heart of gold, but he didn't always make the best decisions in life. And, he's just such a sweet boy. And as I'm saying a sweet boy, he's having complete offense to that. Because as y'all have heard me read, I have kids in their 20s and 30s. So if you're in your 20s and 30s and you present to me, you're a kid. And he's a grown-ass man, he's telling me. Oh, he released a song called Heart of Gold. Very good. Yes, he did. He had a huge heart, and he had such a hard time navigating this earth. Like, he just had a hard time with the density of it, because this guy was very high vibrational. He just could not understand how people can make some of the choices they made. In the same regard, he's making some of those choices that he's so much fought against. And he's just like I know, it's so confusing. It is a little bit confusing, Jay Sean. So I don't want to talk about it. He talks about how much he absolutely adores the way you approach life. You're funny. He loved joy. He loved people having a sense of humor. And he is like, oh my goodness. This, I don't want to talk about it. I think we could be friends. Because I see you working and you're just like, okay, like, ooh, this person. And you're going about your business, but in your head you're thinking, oh my Lord, this person is a piece of work. And so you have a beautiful heart. You have a beautiful heart. I don't want to talk about it. And he very much sees that, and he laughs with you. I don't know what kind of work you do, but you are in some kind of job where you have to deal with a variety of people. People that I would probably sometimes have a hard time with. I'd be like, really? Is that where we're going with this? And you just completely laugh them off. He loves your heart. He loves the way you deal with people. He loves the way you approach Earth, and you do a wonderful job. You underestimate what you bring to this earth. You very much underestimate your ability to love others, and your ability to be able to accept people for who they are. And when I say accept them for who they are,
I work through daycare. I work with infants.
okay, it's their parents that makes sense. That because I have my undergrad is in child development, and I have taught for over 20 years people to be preschool teachers, and so I very much understand parents sometimes. Parents sometimes expect you to give more and do more for their kids than they want to do themselves, and you very much are like, all right, when people come in with their ridiculous requests. You do a good job. You are such a beautiful person with these babies. You bring so much. Like, I can just see you saying to these parents, and then you turn around and do what the babies really need. Because sometimes parents have just lost their minds. I get it. And there is especially one little boy in particular that you have bonded with in that daycare, and you have just a connection with this little boy that you bonded with, and Jay Sean just so loves your heart with that. Thank you so much. I don't want to talk about it, for letting me read him. Came through with beautiful energy. He so much appreciates. I appreciate what you do. I absolutely love the job that you do with those babies. You do a phenomenal job. Do not let the parents get the best of you. I know how ridiculous they can be. Yeah. Continue doing what you need to do. I don't want to talk about it. We got someone else going on?
Alyssa's cynical. Her fiance Zach. Alyssa,
fiance Zach. Okay, so Miss Alyssa, had you not gotten your ring yet? Was it on layaway? Were y'all picking it out? Were y'all in the process of buying it? I'm very much feeling like Zach is showing me you hadn't quite gotten the ring yet, or y'all were still paying on it, something to do with the ring. And he's instantly apologizing for that. Has she confirmed the ring?
OMG has only gotten so far.
Okay. Very much apologizing for that. Like, you should have gotten the biggest diamond ever. He's showing me.
I have my engagement ring.
Okay. Were y'all still paying on it or something? Something about it. It's very...
Our marriage got postponed.
Okay. This man loved you so much. This man, he's being funny. So he had a good personality. This guy was funny. He was a little bit dramatic whenever he was talking. But he's very much talking about, because when we're talking about how much he loved you, he's like showing me kissing the ground you walked on. And he didn't literally kiss the ground you walked on, but that's the way he would have acted. You could absolutely do no wrong. If we could all have people in our lives that loved us the way this man loved you, oh my goodness. And he did admit your faults. It's not like he thought you were perfect, but he loved you, faults and all. And he did not expect perfection out of you. He expected you to be you. And he is apologizing for leaving you so soon. He said, we were supposed to live our lives together. And so, yes, when you are engaged to someone, yes, you expect to live your life together. But y'all had planned. Y'all had actually mapped out a plan of your life together. And he is apologizing for leaving you so soon. He's like, I'm sorry, honey, I'm sorry. Have you recently had car trouble? He's bringing me to a car. I don't know why he's bringing me to a car. Making me feel like something has recently gone wrong with a car. I don't know what that's about. Thank you for the gifts. Has she said anything about the car? Okay. So we'll continue on this path, though I haven't heard. She's confirmed part of it. So Miss Alyssa, I see her confirming some of it. Thank you so much for confirming. I appreciate you. When y'all are on here and there's so many people scrolling through and y'all continue to confirm, I so appreciate you. It makes it so much easier to continue reading. And whenever people come through and say something like, they see the car trouble, they see this, they see that, they are just confirming that they are around you. They are infusing you with positivity and they are continuing to be around you. He is very much appreciative, Miss Alyssa, that you have not given up because you have thought about it. And I don't know if you've admitted that to anyone, but you have absolutely thought about the fact that you don't want to be on this earth anymore without him. And
I'm shaking.
You've considered the alternative, and he's talking about how brave you are for continuing to put one foot in front of the other and continuing to choose to stay. That is absolutely the right path for you. You are absolutely supposed to be on this earth, even though you feel completely ungrounded without him. He wants you to know that
Yes, this is true.
Very much sees your struggle, and he very much loves the fact that you are continuing to choose to stay. You belong on this earth. You have a place on this earth, and he's like, you are not to be with me yet.
For the car, somebody took gas out of her Jeep.
What's wrong with people? He's like, he sees that you're supposed to be her, honey. You are absolutely supposed to be on this earth, and he honors that, and he is very proud of you for choosing to stay because it's a choice. Says, I don't know what he used to say to you, but I'm hearing something like, I love you more than life itself. Something along those lines. I don't think I got the exact words right, but I got the theme of it right. Love you more than life itself. So just know, sweet girl, you're meant to be here. I know how hard it is. I read someone today who had lost her soulmate. She has gone on to find other love, but she will never, ever get over the love of her life, which is where you will be with this. You will never get over this. You will just continue to bring your grief with you in a different manner. You will find love again. It will be different. Thank you so much for letting me bring him through.
Kaylee was looking for her dad. I didn't catch the name.
Okay. Miss Kaylee, looking for her dad. My moderator didn't catch the name, but let's see if we can get it. Miss Kaylee. Okay, so when I said Kaylee, you know, if you don't get called and you feel inclined to book your own reading, you can go to Christy Godwin, Psychic Medium. A calendar opens up to you and a Zoom link is sent to you at the time of booking. And then you click on it, it'll pop on your screen. Also, I'm offering a class, Intro to Mediumship. I have 2 slots left in it. Has it been booked while you've been on here? Let me just look. Let's see. I have 1 slot left in the class. While we were on here, I've had 1 booked. I felt I had. So I have 1 slot left in my Intro to Mediumship class. So Miss Kaylee, your dad stepping up is showing me that he was a fixer of all things. This guy was how much for what? The readings? Did she say?
How much for a reading?
Okay. We'll come back to that. This guy who, Miss Kaylee, your dad, is a fixer of all things. He could fix anything, not just your car or your house, just life. This guy was very much someone who you could call him and he always knew the right thing to do. He is presenting, and he was a very casual guy. Never dressed up much for anything. His idea of dressing up was shirts and a t-shirt, because jeans and a t-shirt, before he was presenting in a white t-shirt, and he's like, I'm dressed up, and now he's in just a colored t-shirt. So this guy is, Miss Kaylee, if you can confirm any of this, let me know. The dad I tried calling up was someone who was a fixer of all things. He's stepping up with a wrench, which tells me he could actually fix things, but he was also just a fixer of life. He could fix like family problems. He liked to grill. I don't know why he's showing me that, grilling. He also was a smoker. He was also like to have a drink every now and then. Has Kaylee stepped up and confirmed any of this? Okay, while we're waiting for Kaylee, I will say real quick again, people are asking me about readings. Christy Godwin, Psychic Medium, a calendar opens up to you. You can have a 60-minute or a 30 or 60-minute reading. 30 minutes is $70, 60 is $125. Has she confirmed any of this? I haven't seen it either. Okay, Miss Kaylee, we are going to continue on.
I'm not sure why either. She's been around for a long time.
Miss Kaylee, you've been around forever. Where are you?
And she said that she was still on, but she hasn't confirmed anything.
Haven't seen anything. Okay, we'll continue on with this. This dad was a fixer of all things, was talking about you've recently been going through something where you've really been wanting to contact him. And he is talking about, this is a message for everyone on here. Everyone listening, we are all intuitive beings. We all have people from the other side, whether it's our past...
I'm sorry, my phone died.
Whether it's our past relatives or whether it is our guides who will access us and help us. And you can do that through listening to your solar plexus. We all have that. If you're about to go on a date and your solar plexus is going off and like, no. Do not force your way through that. If you walk into a meeting at work and you feel negativity coming at you, know that is negativity coming at you. Honor that.
I have Reiki, I understand.
Okay, very good. Your Reiki master, you need to continue on with that. I'm hearing continue on. You are a gifted healer. So make sure you're honoring that. Make sure you're honoring your ability to heal other people and to heal yourself. Level 1. Continue on. I'm hearing very much. Continue on with that. Yeah. I was tapping into your dad, like, and you know what? So Alyssa, Kaylee, when it comes to healing, you have the ability to continue on without the piece of papers. You are very much more advanced than level 1. You just need the piece of paper to give you the confidence to do it. So you need to continue on just to give yourself the confidence. You are already advanced enough to heal people, to work with that. Your dad is telling me to tell you to continue practicing. So I don't know if you've been practicing or not, but you need to practice it more. I know a lot of people see me reading and they think, oh my goodness, I can never do that. I can never do that. You're seeing someone who has read thousands of people at this point. I mean, when I first started reading spirits, I was bringing them up trying to decide if they were a male or a female. It's all in the practice. That's where the ability comes from. Practice, practice, practice. So Miss Kaylee, your dad is saying practice, practice, practice.
Is there anything about a horse?
Your dad is not saying anything about a horse. Nope. He is focusing solely on your spiritual ability. I don't know why he's pushing that so much. Must be. When I said I don't know why he's pushing that so much, I see that you have blinders on when it comes to spiritual ability. You're like, no, no, no. And your dad is like, yes, yes, yes. Continue on. All right, so Miss Kaylee, continue on with your Reiki. Continue on with your spiritual abilities. You are much more advanced than you're giving yourself credit for. All right, I want to thank everyone for joining my live tonight. I am going to head out. I have an early day starting tomorrow. Matter of fact, I just have some people texting me, are we still on for our class tomorrow? Are we still on? Thank you so much for joining me. If you want a reading, Christy Godwin, Psychic Medium. A calendar opens up to you. And it looks like I have one spot left in my class coming up. I'd love to see y'all there. Have a great evening, and I hope you're all blessed.